Alright, I didn't need those crutches. All my limbs are good. What is up, guys? It's your boy Lars, aka MotoBroo, and I have a lot to tell you guys. So let me start off. If you guys follow my Instagram and Snapchat, you might have known that I got into some sort of crash. I haven't talked much about it. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you the whole story, exactly what happened, crash footage, me in the ambulance, all that type of stuff. Scariest moment of my life, November 16th, 2017, around 5 o'clock, I got in my first motorcycle crash with a car. So I was just cruising. I finished the whole video, which will be probably posted in the next few days, motovlog, and which is actually a really good one. I go in the LA River, I crash and stuff, and it was a super sick vlog. But after I finished that vlog, that's when my life changed. So I was riding, I was going through an intersection, as you guys can see in the video, and a car pulled out in front of me. It was sort of my fault because I went around the traffic, and the car pulled out in front of me, and I had no time to stop. I wasn't even going too fast. I was going like 32 miles per hour, and next thing you know, I'm locking up my brakes. My front brake locks up. I flip over the bars, jump over, and I slam into the car, and the car window was down, so half my body went inside the car and the other half stayed on the outside. Let me play the clip right now. So as you can see, I'm just singing, I'm cruising, like just enjoying life, not knowing that in 5 seconds my life is gonna change. And then boom, I hit the car. And at first I thought I was totally fine. When I hit the car, there was a lady calling the ambulance. I'm like, no, don't call the ambulance, like trust me, I'm okay. And I was in tons of pain, but I didn't think anything of it because I BMX, so I've crashed so much, I've had so many hard impacts. I thought, this is just another impact, nothing's wrong with me, I'll be fine. Next thing I know, an ambulance rolls up and I'm like, I might as well get checked out. So they're checking me out, I'm calling my mom, telling her what happened. I'm asking, should I go with the ambulance or not? This is gonna be a crazy ambulance bill, if I have to go to the hospital. And I'm so glad I did it because the paramedics were great, and they're telling me, they're like, you might have internal bleeding. And when I heard that, I was like, bro, that's life or death. I might as well just get checked out. Screw the money, screw everything. I just need to get checked out. So I'm in the ambulance, tons of pain. My body's aching, my stomach hurt a lot, and the back of my shoulder hurt. Yo fam, so right now we're in the hospital, getting checked out. My arm hurts. Stomach hurts. We'll get through this though. We're gonna get through it. It was super rough, just hanging in there in the ambulance. I didn't even know exactly what was wrong with me yet. They put the IV in me, as you can see in these clips. They're putting the IV. I'm pretty much getting super pale and just sort of getting out of it, not being myself. And then eventually we get to the hospital and tons of people are surrounding me. There's 15 doctors all around me. I'm like, damn, I don't think it's that serious. What's going on? And next thing I know, they're like, yeah, you're losing tons of blood. You need to get surgery right away. And I didn't even know what was happening. There's a fly. I didn't even know what was happening. I was still out of it. I was just okay. I called my parents. I was like, they're telling me I might need surgery, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I just remember seeing this mask go on my face, boom, out. Wake up the next day or so, I'm pretty sure it was the next day, I woke up, had that tube in my mouth, I was laying in bed, and next thing I know, I looked down at my stomach. Yep, they cut me open. So they cut me all the way from the top of my chest to my groin. And what happened was, when I hit that car, I totally destroyed my spleen. I didn't even rupture it. Like literally, there was no more spleen left. So all that blood, if you guys know what the spleen does, it helps with your immune system. It holds tons of red blood cells. So all that blood was just in my stomach. So literally, if I didn't go to the ambulance, if I didn't go with the ambulance in that hour, I probably would be dead right now. Actually, I for sure would have been dead, because I was even thinking about riding back home. But like, if I would have done that, I probably would have fainted on the way while I was riding and died. So like, super scary moments. And so I get the surgery. They say, okay, in 3 to 4 days, you should be out of the hospital. Next thing I know, they think my heart is bleeding. So they tell me I have 72 hours left to live, which that was the scariest moment of my life. Literally, the doctor comes in. I was by myself. My parents didn't get there yet, and they're like, yeah, we think your heart is bleeding, and if so, you have 72 hours to live, so like, you need to get a CT scan, blah, blah, do all this sort of stuff. And I was freaking out in my head. I didn't know what to think. I was going bonkers, literally. It turned out that I didn't have my heart wasn't bleeding, so that was good. That doctor scared me so much. I don't know why he told me I had 72 hours. Like, he could have brought it so many different ways. Like, he could have like, okay, we think your heart is bleeding, so we're gonna get it checked out, but there's a possibility. He could have brought it a different way instead of saying your heart is bleeding, you have 72 hours. Like, scared the hell out of me. That was like the 3rd day in the hospital. I was in the ICU for almost 2 weeks, which is insane, because when they opened me up for the surgery, I guess I got some sort of bacteria in me. So I had bacteria going, which caused me to get fever spikes. Like, literally, I went from barely having a fever, like I was at like 98 or something, and in less than 2 minutes, I would be at 104 to 105 fever with 200 heart rate. This is crazy talking about it, just because like, it was really life-changing, that whole experience. But when I was getting those fever spikes, I was shaking like crazy. My parents were scared I would get a seizure, because literally I'm in bed with a 200 heart rate, which like, even when you're running full speed, like, it's hard to get a 200 heart rate. And I was just in bed shaking, freaking out. My temperature was going up like crazy. In less than like 2 minutes, I was 105 fever. So it was super scary moments. But eventually the doctors were able to find what bacteria was in me, and they gave me antibiotics, and that's when I sort of started to get on my way to recovery, started feeling a little better. It was super rough in the hospital. Literally, I was in ICU for 2 weeks, so like, just imagine being in like a box. Imagine being in this room, laying down, tons of wires on you. You can't even move like 2 feet if you want to get outside your bed, because you're all connected. You got like 2 IVs. Literally, like, it was a really rough time, guys, and it was life-changing. Like, I never expected it to happen to me, because I was like, oh, motorcycle crash, like, that won't happen to me, like, but it's just a matter of time. Now I see it. Like, I was like, dude, I only rode for 1.5 years on the road, and I already got into a serious accident where I almost died. Like, it's super life-changing, and I'm just grateful to be alive. Grateful to be able to be with my family and friends right now. I went back to Florida. I left LA, which is a whole nother story. So we drove from Los Angeles all the way to Florida, because I wasn't allowed to fly, because I had this, and let me show you. I have a drain, so they had to drain out all the blood that was left over from my spleen. So I have a drain right now, and when they put this drain in, let me show you my back. So it goes right there, it drains everything out. There's some stuff in it, not really blood anymore, just like nasty whatever liquid and whatever comes out there. I don't even know what comes out there, to be honest. When they put that drain in, they hit my lung a little bit, so I had like air under my lungs. So they said I couldn't fly for 6 to 7 weeks. So it was either stay in LA. My parents have nowhere to stay, like my studio is super small. So we're like, screw it, we're gonna drive. So we drove from California to Florida in 4 days. The day after I got released from the hospital. Crazy trip. The first few days I was super weak. I could barely like stand up for 2 minutes or walk 5 feet and I would be drained. I would be like, oh my gosh. But the last few days of the trip, I've been like getting my strength back, getting in recovery, feeling good, feeling like myself again. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this video when I feel myself. I didn't want to be on drugs or like hooked up to an IV in the hospital. I wanted to be totally myself and be able to explain the whole story super clearly, because it was such an insane moment. Luckily, I had my Icon helmet on, so like I hit my head on the side. I remember that, or like it happened so quick. So like, as you guys see in the video, just 1 second, boom, next second I'm in the car. And it happened so quick, but I remember like hitting my head on the side, but luckily my head is fine. All my limbs are good, which is pretty unbelievable. Like, the only thing that happened was my spleen, but from all that I got complications. I got the fever, and they thought my heart was bleeding, and they also thought my pancreas was leaking, because the pancreas is right next to the spleen. So I had they were thinking like tons of things were going on, but luckily in the end it was just my spleen. I had that fever. So once I got the antibiotics, I started to recover, become myself. But the first week my parents were telling me like I was going like crazy and just not myself. I would wake up and be like, I have to go to the front, I have to go to the front, just saying weird stuff. So, but literally, I'm so grateful for just being alive. I'm grateful for you guys. You guys have changed my life so much. We hit 500,000 subscribers on the channel. Listen, woo, woo! Dude, like, round of applause. Like, thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. You're probably asking like, yo, Lars, are you gonna stay riding motorcycles? What are you gonna do? And to be honest, I think I'm done. I'm done riding in the streets like by myself. The chances of getting hit when you're motovlogging by yourself in the street, especially how much I was riding. I was posting every day for a while, so every day I'd go out ride for a few hours, and the chances of just getting hit, especially in Los Angeles with how much traffic there is so high. So I don't know exactly if I'm gonna sell. I think I'm gonna sell my Supermoto and get a dirt bike. And I'm gonna start riding in the deserts and just doing stuff like that, staying off the streets. But because literally, this scarred me. Like, this scarred me for life. Like, literally, I was very close to dying, and that's a scary moment when you're that close to death. Like, everything in your mind changes. Like, I'm so grateful for just being healthy right now, being able to make this video with you guys. Like, it's really insane. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to be alive again. Like, in the hospital, it was really rough, and it wasn't looking good, because after each thing, something else would happen. Then I was getting the fevers, and it was just nonstop over and over. Like, when you think everything is going good, something else would happen. So it was a really rough time, but I got through it. Thank God for my parents being there. If my parents weren't there, I probably wouldn't be here right now, because they stayed there day in and day and night, helped me the whole time. So shout out to Mom and Dad, for real. But guys, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because that's gonna be a motovlog, and probably one of my last motovlogs where I'm in traffic by myself, because I'm scarred. Like, I can't even. Every time I see a motorcycle in traffic, bro, I just think of my crash, and it freaks me out. Like, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making videos. I'm gonna keep making videos, different type of videos. I don't know exactly what I wanna do yet. Like, leave me comments down below what you wanna see. I definitely wanna sell my Supermoto and get like a dirt bike so I could ride like in the forest and desert. Like, I'm not scared to ride bikes. Like, I still want to do wheelies, but it's the thing that scares me is traffic. So like, I'm done riding in the streets with traffic. I'm definitely gonna keep doing wheelies. Like, I have a passion for wheelies, stunning, but it's gonna be more in stunt lots, because this is life-changing, guys. And I hope you guys understand. Like, it's super hard for me, because I love motovlogging. Like, I loved riding, exploring in the streets. I did it for a year and a half, and you guys know, like, I had a blast doing it. But there's a time where if I just keep doing that, I know the next time I crash, it might be in like 2 or 3 years, but like, the next crash, I had a guardian angel above me for this crash, and I feel like the next one could be my death. Like, this was a warning saying, like, Lars, like, okay, you had your fun riding in the streets, blah, blah, but, like, now it's time to do something else, maybe ride in the desert, like, just stay off the streets where I don't have to worry about other people running into me. Like, if I'm just on the bike myself, doing my thing, I feel completely safe, like, doing wheelies, like, that's my thing. Like, you can get hurt doing that too, but, like, that's on me. This is like another car coming in front of me, and it's just the way I drive in traffic, as you guys know, it's not the safest, and I'm crazy, like, you guys know, like, I be doing wheelies between cars and stuff, things like that I shouldn't be doing. Now that I see, like, now that I've gone through this experience, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I would do that stuff. So this crash has definitely changed how I look at riding. But I hope you guys stay watching the videos. Like, I'm gonna try to bring you along with this whole journey. I'm in Florida with all my bros, so maybe we'll have some vlog. I'm sort of recovering still, so I'm probably not gonna be posting too much until I start getting better, because I'm still a little weak. I'll show you guys a scar. So it goes all the way down and all the way up. And as you can see, I still have like tape marks from the hospital. They put so many IVs. I probably had like 16 IVs over the whole time I was in the hospital. My veins were done. They're rock hard. Thank you for whoever's up there looking down, protecting me, because literally this is the most insane thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm just grateful to be alive, and I hope you guys watch this video and see, like, just being grateful to be healthy and just be living and waking up every day. I know you can take it for granted so easy, because I did my whole life probably. I was like, oh, waking up, being healthy, like what's the big deal? Like, I do that all the time. But like, once you've gone through an experience like this, you see, like, your life can be taken like this. So be grateful for every moment. Cherish your family and friends, love them. I'm gonna be making more videos, so don't worry. Remember, tomorrow is my last moto vlog in traffic and stuff, but it's a dope one. I hit the LA River, I slide out in the river, like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you guys could smash that like button, I would love to just see the support. Give me some comments. Let me know what I should do next. Like, if you want to see what kind of dirt bike I should get, 2-stroke, 4-stroke 450. Besides, let's get a little positive. Like, I'm alive, I'm getting healthy. I'm so glad I can talk to you guys. Like, this is sick. Like, I took so much for granted, and now, like, looking back at it, I'm like, this is, like, amazing. Like, being able to talk to you guys. Like, I've been able to make a living so far, moved to California for making these videos, so it has been super unbelievable. But I freaking love you. Remember, guys, stay motivated. If you're riding in the streets, bro, be safe. All I'm saying is be safe. Don't make the mistake I did and ride reckless. Like, just be safe. And yeah, until tomorrow's video, I hope you guys enjoy that last moto vlog in the streets, I would say. I'm gonna still moto vlog in stunt lots and stuff, but this is the last one where I'm in traffic by myself. I love you guys. Peace.